What up, gang? Welcome back to the channel. I am DeMarco Twain, and today I don't have a reaction for you, but today I'm going to do my first ever ranking video. And that video is going to be my favorite movies of 2025. And I'm saying favorite because if I say best, then that leaves room for a lot of argument. So I decided to nip that in the bud, and I'm just going to call it my favorites. Now, I kind of have a bit of a weird taste in movies. Like a lot of things that people don't like, I like. A lot of things that people like, I don't necessarily like all the time. So it varies with me. It really varies. But I will say, I'm such a movie lover that a movie has to be really, really bad for me not to like it. Like even the bad movies, I kind of, find something good about them that I can enjoy. So with that in mind, this list is mostly horror related, except for one standout movie that was not a horror that I thoroughly enjoyed. So yeah, that was a surprise for me. So yeah, y'all, let's get into it. But before we get started, if you're new to the channel, welcome. Please give your boy a like and subscribe if you're feeling the content, of course. And now that we got that out the way, let's get into it. My favorite movies of 2025. Let's go. All right, gang. First, we got a couple of honorable mentions. So first, we got Companion. Now, this was a nice little surprise. It's very, very rare that I don't know about a movie coming out, let alone it already comes out and I don't know about it. That's just my pompous movie bias, I guess. But that was the story with Companion. My friend was like, "Hey, you want to go check out this movie?" And I'm like, "Sure, what is it?" She's like, "Companion." So I'm thinking, Companion, what the hell is that? I'm like, I never heard of that. And she's like, I think you'll like it. So cool, we'll go check it out. Now I'm thinking like, must not be good because I never heard about it, but I was pleasantly surprised. This movie was good. It's just a cute little AI story with a couple of twists and surprises in it. Jack Quaid and Sophie, I think her Sophie Thatcher, I think is her name. I always get her confused with Sophie Turner, but I think it's Sophie Thatcher from Yellow Jackets, and she's been in a couple of other things too. But both of those guys, they really give solid performances on this one. So this was a good, really good flick. So yeah, that's our first little nugget, and that is Companion. I think it came out in January of 2025. So if you haven't seen that one, go check that one out. All right, gang. Our next honorable mention, we have the A24 produced Bring Her Back. And this released like around the end of May 2025. I think it was the same creative team that brought you Talk to Me, which was another one of my favorites, whichever year that came out. And, I would see a couple of people online on social media. They would say, "Hey, recommend me a movie that's going to traumatize me." And what I always say is, watch Bring Her Back. I did not know what I was getting myself into. A fun fact, I intended for Bring Her Back to be my first movie reaction. And maybe about 25 to 30 minutes in, I quickly realized, yo, I cannot react to this shit. It is brutal. Has some very disturbing scenes in it. A few of them had to do with children. So this movie definitely isn't for everybody. I wasn't familiar with any of the actors, but they all did a great job, especially the kids. Um, like I said, it's not for everybody, but it is a very good possession type movie. So if you like movies that make you a wee bit uncomfortable, then don't sleep on Bring Her Back. Go check that out.
How did you cope with Kathy being gone?
I didn't.
I think there's something wrong with Laura.
Oh my god, what is it? We can bring it back.
What are you doing?
All right, gang, let's get this countdown started. Again, this is a countdown of my favorites. Mine. And at number 10, we have Clown in a Cornfield, released around March of this year. And this was another nice surprise. Now, horror comedies are tricky for me. Most of them can't find that balance. Either it's way too much horror and hardly any comedy, which I'm totally fine with, or it's the reverse, which I hate, which is way too much comedy, not enough horror. Take Hard Eyes, for example. That movie had great kills, but the movie was so goofy, goofy as hell. So, horror comedies are they're just tricky, man. It just depends on how well it's done. But here we got Clown in the Cornfield. And this one, it finds that horror comedy balance pretty well. Again, I wasn't familiar with too many of the actors, but I like what they did. The name alone sucked me in, and this was just a good time. So I highly recommend this one if you haven't seen it yet. Clown in the Cornfield, you will be sure to like it.
That's right. A little drop of Bay Pen makes everything better. Just take it from Friendo.
Hey, check it out, it's Friendo.
Everyone's favorite clown. Now, tell me, folks, are you a friend of Friendo? I know I am.
What the fuck?
We're gonna die.
And remember,
All right, coming in at number 9, we have Together, released around the end of July. Now, body horror is probably one of my least favorite subgenres of horror. Like movies like The Human Centipede, some of those traps in the Saw franchise, The Substance with Demi Moore. I can even date all the way back to The Fly with Jeff Goldblum and the issues I had watching that movie. Body horror is probably the only horror that would make me cover my eyes. Like for real, still. So I was very surprised that I liked Together so much. I don't know. It was like the story, the effects, the chemistry between Allison Brie and Dave Franco. Even the ending surprised me because I wasn't expecting it to go that way. I thought for sure that it was going to go a different way, but the end really surprised me. Yeah, but all of those things really worked for me, and I really loved this movie. And oh my God, that school bathroom scene was insane. That was crazy. So yeah, check out Together. Especially if you're into body horror, you'll be sure to dig that one.
Listen to me. Listen to me. We've got to get out of here. Now. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
Billy, wake up.
You'll be okay. Whiskey for the pain.
If you're feeling the content so far, give your boy a like and subscribe. It will help the channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. Now, coming in at number 8, we have the most recent film on this list that I saw a couple of weeks ago. And it was good enough for me that I actually made this list, and that's the remake of Silent Night, Deadly Night. Now, if you remember the 1984 original movie, you know that that was a fucked up movie for real. And they actually did take it back or dial it down a notch for this remake, for the better, might I add. And it stars Ruby Modine from Happy Death Day and our favorite Halloween ends. Why Are You Even Here character, Rohan Campbell, who infamously played Corey Cunningham in that movie. Now, I could make a whole video, and probably will one day, about the hatred that I have for that movie. But as much as I disliked him in that movie, I felt he'd be absolutely perfect for the role of Billy in this Silent Night, Deadly Night remake. Now, they do make some changes here, but for the most part, they stick to the original plot in the movie. Now, they did make a change that I thought turned out to be a perfect choice. And in doing so, I've heard people describe this movie as like Dexter meets Frailty. And if you know anything about that movie or the Dexter TV show, then you know that's a pretty messed up combination. But yeah, Silent Night, Deadly Night was another good surprise for me. I did not expect it to be as good as it was. The ending, I wish it would have ended differently because I would have liked to seen try not to do spoilers. I would have how can well, I just say I would like to see more. I'll just leave it at that. But and they still could do more, but you know, yeah, I can't say too much. I don't want spoiler. I don't do spoilers over here at this channel. But yeah, Silent Night, Deadly Night. If you enjoyed the 84 original, um, you definitely need to check this one out.
Wait. Keep it on.
Are you ready for this? Naughty.
All right, gang, moving right along. Coming in at number 7, we got Black Phone 2, released in October. I was such a huge fan of the first Black Phone. Like, I loved everything about it. It was gritty, it was uncomfortable. I thought Ethan Hawke was phenomenal as the grabber. Mason Thames and Madeline McGraw, they were great. And while I'm talking about the cast, let me say really quickly, rest in peace to James Ransone. I'm hoping I'm saying this last name right. He was great in everything he played in. That guy will be missed on the TV and movie screens for sure. But like I was saying, I like the supernatural aspect of it with the ghost victims helping Finney and Gwen um, figure out how to get out of there and helping Gwen figure out where he was. All of that was great. So when I heard that they was going to do a part 2, man, imagine my excitement when I heard that. I thought in part 2 you still got good performances from Mason and Madeline, especially Madeline because she had more to do in part 2 because of her ability. She kind of took the lead on this one while Finney kind of played the background a little bit. And what can I say about the grabber? They went into an entirely different direction, making him kind of like a supernatural Freddy Krueger type, figure. But here's the problem with that. If you turn the grabber into that, then he should be even more vicious. And he wasn't. I would even argue that they didn't even show enough of him for the second film. I really feel they dropped the ball on that, but I still like the movie. I just felt like they could have did so much more, making him menacing, making him like damn near unstoppable. He really didn't have that many dream sequences where he was messing up stuff. So I just felt like they could have did more, but I still like the movie. But part 1 will forever be goated for me. So Black Phone 2, if you haven't seen it, check it out.
I killed him.
What happened in that basement really changed it. Finn, I had a bad dream. It was about missing kids.
It was just a dream.
About a real place. A youth camp. We have to go there.
Hello, Finney. You killed me. It took me a long time.
But you, of all people, know that dead is just a word.
Quinn, wake up! Wake up!
This place, you brought us here for a reason.
Nothing burns like the cold.
How the tables do turn.
What do you think happens when you die in a dream? It's time to find out.
And speaking of dropping the ball, coming in at number 6, we have The Conjuring Last Rites. Guys, this was the Warrens' final film. And what we get is a possessed mirror. What the hell? Like, what? I mean, that was the corny part to me. It's supposed to be their last case. And I don't know why they didn't have like the most demonic of all the demonic demons for the last case. Like, even if that was their last case for real, and it was the demon that they encountered in the beginning, and he comes back around, he doubles back to try and get at them. Make them more menacing. You know, it's the last conjuring. Make it menacing, make it scary, go all out. It's the final one. But we get the mirror and we get whatever the trio of demons were, and they weren't all that scary. But hey, it's all good. But there was a lot of heart in this one, involving the older Judy and her fiance and her ongoing battle with Annabelle. That was all cool. And they did focus a lot on, you know, the bond that Ed and Lorraine have had through this entire franchise. And that was cool to see. That's a lot of why these Conjuring movies work, the chemistry between those two. So all of that was there, and I did like it. And it wasn't a bad Conjuring movie. I still yeah, I have this one above The Devil Made Me Do It. Although I did watch The Devil Made Me Do It recently, and it wasn't as bad as I remember it being. But I'll still put The Conjuring Last Rites above that one. So I did like it, but I just wish it could have had a bit more umph in it, with it being their very last case or whatever. What I did really like at the end, at the wedding, was some of the prior cast members from the other films. Some of them were in attendance at the wedding. I thought that was really cool. I saw James Wan in there. I saw some people from part 2, um, some the wife from part 1. So that was really cool. So I'm not tripping too hard. And we got the Conjuring series coming, so, and potentially more movies too. Just probably not with Ed and Lorraine, probably. But overall, it was decent, and I did like it, and I did like it enough for it to be my number 6. So it was decent. I was just wanting a little bit more.
In your house is a demon. It's the first one that we ever encountered. We were young. We were scared. We ran away. And after all these years, it wasn't done with our family.
Saint Michael, defend us. Be our safeguard against the devil.
In nomine Patris, et Filii et Spiritus Sanctus. By the power of our Lord Jesus Christ.
I don't know how to protect you this time.
At number 5, we got Final Destination Bloodlines. This dropped in May. I'm a big fan of the Final Destination franchise, and as far as that franchise goes, I gotta rank this one pretty high. Maybe I'll start doing rankings of franchise movies one day. I think that'll be pretty fun. But that's also a lot of preparation too, because you have to go back and revisit each one. And then when you start getting to like 6 to 10 movies in a franchise, that can be a lot. So I don't know, but I still like to do it one day. But Final Destination Bloodlines was a great addition. And here you had Death trying to wipe out the bloodlines of everyone that got away from his master death plan in the beginning. Now, I thought this was one of the best Final Destination vision opening deaths in the entire franchise. And there's been some really good ones. And plus, this vision had a little twist on it too. So that was pretty cool. The kills were awesome. You had a couple nice fake out deaths in here too. They even brought back the wood logs from part 2. Awesome stuff. But that scene with the late, great Tony Todd was phenomenal and very eerie. Although the monologue he was giving was to the characters in the film, it really felt like he was talking to us, the viewers, and saying farewell to his fandom. Very well done and very creepy. Love this movie.
I saved a lot of lives that night.
Everyone needs to get off the dance floor!
Lives that were never meant to be saved. But Death doesn't like it when you mess with his plans. This book, it will show you everything you need to know to keep our family safe.
It all started with Grandma. Death is coming for us because we were never supposed to exist. Watch out!
Only by embracing death will it pass you by.
Maybe Death's not actually coming for our family. Because that would be crazy.
Good luck.
All right, gang. Now, this is where I go totally left. Can y'all believe that the horror guy has a romantic comedy / drama in his list? And pretty high, too. That's right. At number 4, we have Regretting You. That was released in October. I was in the theater for another movie, and this trailer played. Now, I don't think this is a spoiler because the trailer kind of lets you know basically the main thing that's going to happen in this movie, because all the drama in this comedy drama, it lets you know what it is from the jump. So the movie is like, what if through tragedy you find out some awful stuff about the people you love in your life after their demise and the aftermath of all that. And that's mostly all I can say without giving away the specifics that occurs in this movie. But this movie was awesome. We got Mason Thames again. This kid had an awesome year. We got McKenna Grace, Dave Franco, and Allison Williams. And ever since Allison Williams did Get Out, she kind of unfairly gets a bad rap, mainly for the character that she played in that movie. But that just means that she's a good actress. But her, McKenna Grace, and to a lesser degree, Dave Franco, they all carry the emotional weight in this movie and do a damn good job. And another great family dinner scene. Boy, does it go down at those family dinner scenes. I love it. And even before watching this movie, I just thought that premise was so unique, but unique to the big screen, I guess, because I firmly believe stuff like that happens all the time in real life, for real. So if you guys are in the market for a good romantic comedy drama, you have to check out Regretting You.
I just don't want to forget them. My mom's trying to make it like my dad never even existed.
Tell her the truth.
It would absolutely destroy her. Smiling feels wrong right now. Like it's too soon to be happy.
That's not how I thought her first kiss would be like.
How did you think it would be?
Keep my hand in
I'm not gonna let their betrayal dictate the rest of my life.
You keep using me to piss your mom off, and I'm done with it.
What aren't you telling me? There's a lot I wish I'd done differently. But I'll never spend 1 second regretting you. You deserve to be happy. No regrets, right?
All right, coming in at number 3, we got Weapons. Now, off the bat, I want to shout out to the marketing department for this movie. I remember a couple of months ago, before this movie even came out, I either read something or saw it somewhere where a bunch of kids just got up in the middle of the night and disappeared into the dark. And I was like, there's no way. But whatever I saw or heard, they were framing it like it was a real story. That's why I was like, no way that happened. And fast forward a couple of months and I see the trailer for Weapons. I said, oh, they got me. The marketing worked on me, I see. And it did work because I had to see it immediately. They also did a good job of not giving you too much, like not giving you more than the kids disappearing. Like that's basically all you knew. So you're really walking into this movie blind, not knowing what, when, or how. And man, when I tell you I was on the edge of my seat this entire movie, mainly because you don't know what the hell is going on for most of the movie. And that was a lot of people's issue with this movie, but it had me locked in from the start. So I have to give props to Julia Garner and Josh Brolin, your 2 main stars, but also Amy Madigan, who played Gladys. I wasn't that familiar with her prior work, but she did a great job playing the Gladys character. So much so that I heard they're planning on doing a Gladys prequel movie. I don't necessarily need that, but I sure would watch it. And I love that they told the story from multiple points of views. I love when shows and movies do that. And there's something that happens in the 3rd act where the whole movie I'm on the edge of my seat with confusion and excitement. But that ending had me dying laughing in the theater. It was hilarious. So going in blind, this is a very unpredictable movie, but what do you expect from Zach Cregger, the same writer and director that gave you Barbarian? And we all know how batshit crazy that was. So yeah, Weapons is definitely up there for me.
Every other class had all their kids. But Mrs. Gandy's room was totally empty. And you know why? Because the night before, at 2:17 in the morning, every kid woke up, got out of bed, walked downstairs, and into the dark. And they never came back.
I don't understand at all. Why just her classroom? Why only hers?
Where are our children?
We have a lot of emotional parents here. I think it's best if you keep some distance from this place.
Matthew, where are you? Where did you go?
This is where the story really starts.
Now, at this point, I bet some of y'all are guessing my number 1, but I guarantee my number 1 is different than most people's number 1. So let's continue. Coming in at number 2, we got Sinners, released in April. What can I say, man? I could talk about this movie all day, but let's start here. I've seen this movie about 7 times now, with the last watch maybe about a week ago. I saw it in the theaters at least 4 times. When I tell you that Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan did their big one, they did that. And I'm not even a Michael B. Jordan fan like that, but I have to give him his props. The dual role, dual personality portrayal of the twins, Smoke and Stack, was phenomenal. Now, the movie was advertised as a vampire movie, and about an hour in, it's so good that by the time Remy comes in smoking hot, literally, you forget all about that it's supposed to be a horror movie. The cast was unbelievable, but I had a few standouts for me. Delroy Lindo playing Delta Slim, who for the most part was the comic relief of the film. But this man showed why he is him when he told the story to Stack and Preacher Boy about what happened to him and his buddy Rice. And with the sound effects in the background as he's telling it, man, very powerful. Wumi Musaku as Annie, I think she is a very underrated actress. If you like her as Annie, go check out her performance in the movie His House on Netflix. She is great. Lastly, shout out to Miles Canton, who plays Sammy. And for this to be his first major starring role, man, he smoked that. And that one music scene, yeah, you know the one I'm talking about. Phenomenal. Good job, young man. Everybody did so good in this movie. Haley Steinfeld, Jack O'Connell, Omar Miller, everybody showed up. Great, great movie. Please watch Sinners if you haven't. I know it's a lot of people's top movie of the year, and it was mine for a very long time. But there's a movie that came out that hit me so hard that I had to put it as number one.
Every last one of you.
Hey, I ain't mean to scare you. Thought y'all done forgot about me in here. Come on, open the door, let me on out of here.
Stay. It's you?
Of course it's me, open the door.
That ain't your brother.
Lord, you.
Yo, smell anything? I think I shot myself.
Now, if you're enjoying my ranking video along with my reactions, then hit that like button for me and subscribe to the channel for more content coming your way in 2026. Yeah. And now, I bet you say if I glaze Sinners that hard, then what the hell is my number one? My number one favorite movie of 2025, The Long Walk, released in September. Again, let's start here. I saw this movie in the theater 3 times and once since it's been on digital. I saw Sinners more, but The Long Walk hit me way heavier. Like I could not go to the movie more than 3 times to see this. It was just that heavy. And this is a hot take. This is probably by far my top 3 Stephen King adaptation. And this was one of his first ones under his pseudonym Richard Bachman. And I'm surprised it took them so long to adapt this novel to the big screen. Maybe because on paper, this movie is not supposed to work for the big screen. 50 men walking for a massive cash prize and one wish. No finish line, just walk until you can't walk no more. And whoever is left is the winner. Truly walk or die. Like, it's a movie about people walking and only walking. Like, how the hell are we supposed to sell this? I tell you how. Make it brutal, make it honest, make sure your actors have hella chemistry, and you write some of the best dialogue I've heard in a movie for years. Peter McVries, played by David Johnson, is responsible for a lot of that dialogue. He and Cooper Hoffman, who plays Ray Garrity. What a phenomenal performance by these actors. Not just those two. Special shout out to Judy Greer. She was great in this movie. And being someone who lost their mom a few years ago now, the mom stuff really got me. That's what really broke me with this movie. Especially in her last scene with Hoffman, this movie broke me. It is brutal, it is unforgiving, but it's got a ton of heart. And it invoked way more emotional reactions out of me than Sinners did. A lot more. and that's why it's my #1 movie of 2025.
They say you shouldn't make friends on a long walk, but I sort of like you three. Let's be musketeers. All for one.
One for all.
Nah, and again, I need to hear it louder. All for one.
And one for all.
The only guarantee you have as a human being is that you are going to die. And if you're lucky, you get to choose how you spend those last moments.
I keep hoping that part gets easier.
That's what I'm afraid of.
I'm proud of you, boys. You got fat. Yeah! Maintain a speed of 3 miles per hour. Walk until there's only one of you left. Who's ready to fucking win?
In Dublin's fair city, where the girls are so pretty,
I look at each and every one of you, and I see hope.
I first set my eyes on sweet Molly alone.
Personally, I can't stop thinking about all that money.
I don't have much to lose. I have everything to gain, and that's why I'm here.
Nobody wants it more than me. This is my chance to change things.
You don't think about making it to the end? Just making it to the next moment. This moment?
I'm so sorry, Mom!
It matters, man.
You're right. Every moment matters, especially at the end.
What, walk me a while?
Yeah. Yeah, I do, Pete.
You boys are the answer. The long walk is the answer.
All right, gang, there you have it. My top 10 favorite movies of 2025. Decided to let y'all see my hair so y'all know what's going on under all the hats and turbans and all that stuff. I do have a little bit, just a little bit. But yeah, so that was my list. 2025 was a great year for horror. I cannot wait to see what we have in store for 2026. I'll be right there in the theaters. I'll be right here with you, reacting on what I can. We got some good TV shows coming out for 26. We got the Carrie show done by Mike Flanagan. I know that's going to be a banger. We got the Crystal Lake show, the Friday the 13th prequel show. You know that's going to be a banger. And all the stuff that we don't even know about yet that's coming. So yeah, stay tuned and be sure to subscribe to the channel to catch everything so you don't miss any of my reactions, any rankings, trailer reactions, all of that stuff. I'm gonna have it for you for 2026. So happy new year again, guys. Thank you for your support, and I will see you on the next one. As always, be safe, stay blessed. Peace.